I'm here on Farnsworth Street, just behind the Fort Point Channel in the Children's Museum, the site of the most recent illegal immigration shelter here in Boston, Massachusetts. Ostensibly, this shelter is run by the United Way, but it's actually connected with a church with a long-standing record of cooperation with the cartels in the Arizona desert. The property at 24 Farnsworth is owned by the Church of the Unitarian Universalists, and just last month, James O'Keefe was in the Arizona desert and once again exposed this nonprofit as benefiting and cooperating with the cartel to bring people into the country illegally through the desert. Under the prior presidential administration, the UU camp, which is operated by the Phoenix Congregation of the Unitarians, was raided on multiple occasions for cooperation with the cartel.
And the cartel came over in a Toyota Hilux with a Browning 1919 machine gun to this camp and snatched up 6 Nicaraguan women in the middle of the night and took them back to Mexico.
They came to this camp with a Browning machine gun and snatched up Nicaraguan women and took them back to Mexico?
Yeah.
No More Death, No Mas Muertes, bills itself as a ministry of the Universal Unitarian Church out of Tucson, which is itself a registered 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. Because it's a church, based upon IRS regulations, churches are not required to file an annual tax return to the public. These are churches that meet the requirements. Therefore, organizations like the Unitarian Church of Tucson are exempt from filing annual returns.
And now Governor Healy and Mayor Wu has basically opened up a new stop on this smuggling network right here in the bustling Seaport District. You know, a lot of the Boston media, they just think of this as just one shelter. They're not looking at the entire picture of this massive non-governmental organizations. A lot of churches who are effectively facilitating the invasion. And this is just one example. They're trying to virtue signal for using their world headquarters as a shelter. They're trying to virtue signal to all their congregations across the country that they should also be hosting shelters for illegal immigrants. And theoretically, this shelter here is designed, as well as the Cass shelter in Roxbury and the Cambridge Registry Deeds shelter, is designed to make sure that people aren't living on the streets and or at the airport. But obviously that is not working, as we discovered and revealed in a video released this past Sunday. People are still using the airport with government approval as basically an overflow shelter. And by using these shelters, rather than placing people in motels, by using these shelters, the governor is basically creating a shell game which actually hides the number of people that the Commonwealth is sheltering. Theoretically, that is capped at 7,500 families, but by using these shelters, she doesn't have to add to that number, and theoretically, from the headline point of view, she's held the line at 7,500 families, but really they're just living in these more congregate locations that are not amenable to family living. In fact, there's actually no showers here at this location or at the airport on the floor.
I get emotional, guys, okay? Because I'm committed to this.
When you go to the Unitarian Universalist website, you can find their migrant justice page, and scrolling down here you can see that love resists, not one more deportation, new sanctuary movement, and social justice trips to the U.S.-Mexican border. The UU College of Social Justice offers service learning trips to the border. Journeys are grounded in theological reflection and help individuals, groups, and congregations understand the issues and discern a path forward in effective action. So who are the Unitarians? They used to be a church coming out of the Protestant tradition, but now they're more like a social justice organization. And if you go to their website, you can find posts about Gaza, climate change, trans rights, and of course the obligatory Black Lives Matter banner. At no point, looking at the homepage of uua.org, do you actually see the word Christ. This shelter does accept American citizens, but the vast majority of people who are here are illegal aliens, and there are many homeless folks in this neighborhood. We passed several on our short walk from South Station over here to Farnsworth Street. And of course, they have a sign up restricting access, and they don't want anybody to record audio or video because they don't want the world to know that they're actually involved in a massive smuggling operation, and this is just another stop in the smuggling network. From the Fort Point Channel, I'm John F. Gately. We'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching.